Welcome to Daily News Brief, your fast track to today's top stories. Like and subscribe to stay informed. Here are the brief highlights of today's top stories. Government Gretchen Whitmer calls special election for state Senate seat that could split Michigan chamber. Is my neighbor allowed to park in front of my house? Here's what Colorado law says. Man faces massive fine after bulldozing over mile of national park for driveway. It was just astounding that someone could think this kind of activity was okay. Late crime-busting Sheriff Buford Pusser inspired Hollywood. Investigators say he killed his wife. Bones found during FBI's Travis Decker search in Wa Forest. General Motors sparks excitement after teasing return of once iconic model, you asked. We listened. U.S. Homeland Security chief reports breach at FEMA, fires 23 employees. CDC official makes shocking confession about RFK Jr.'s intel. CDC warns travelers to use enhanced precautions as dangerous disease spreads. Russian defense minister says his forces have sped up rate of their advance in Ukraine. Truck driver shares appalling scene captured at truck stop along route. There is no reason for this. Finland is on the verge of an incredible human-made alteration deep beneath the earth. They'll hold a total of 5,500 tons of waste. Phillips 66 to begin winding down Los Angeles area refinery next week, sources say. RFK Jr. offers bonkers explanation for school shootings. Common heart attack drug doesn't work and may raise risk of death for some women, new studies say. Outraged over Russian strike on Kyiv, European defense leaders pledge pressure to end the war. Now, let's dive deeper into the details. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer finally called a special election for a vacant state Senate seat.
This vacant seat has left the 35th Senate District unrepresented for almost 9 months.
A Republican victory in this special election could split the Michigan Senate and hinder the Democratic agenda.
The primary election is scheduled for February 3, 2026, and the general election for May 5.
Colorado law generally allows parking on the street in front of any residence.
This is permissible even if the parker is not associated with that residence and it is a frequent parking spot for the resident.
However, parking is prohibited within 5 feet of a driveway, on sidewalks, or near fire hydrants.
While legal, the city of Fort Collins encourages drivers to be considerate of their neighbors' parking preferences.
A Queensland, Australia resident received a substantial fine for clearing over a mile through a national park.
The 74-year-old man bulldozed protected bushland and marine plants to create a driveway.
Officials were astounded by this unauthorized destruction of endangered flora and fauna habitat.
Restoration efforts are underway, but full recovery of the damaged ecosystem will take many years.
The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation concluded that Sheriff Buford Pusser likely killed his wife, Pauline, in 1967.
Authorities state that evidence suggests Pauline Pusser was shot outside their vehicle and then placed inside.
The investigation revealed inconsistencies between Pusser's account and the physical evidence collected at the scene.
This contradicts the narrative that she was killed by Pusser's enemies, as portrayed in the movie Walking Tall.
The Federal Bureau of Investigation discovered bones while searching for Travis Decker in the Leavenworth Forest. The bones were found during a multi-day search operation near the Rock Island campground. Authorities are currently unsure if the bones are human or animal and will conduct testing. Decker is wanted for the alleged murder of his 3 daughters at the same campground. General Motors is reviving the Chevrolet Bolt for its 2027 model lineup, featuring a modernized design and enhanced capabilities.
The updated Bolt will have a sleeker appearance, advanced LED headlights, and a Tesla supercharger-compatible charging port.
General Motors is marketing this affordable, mass-produced electric vehicle as a benchmark for future electric vehicle development.
This relaunch comes as electric vehicle sales are rising globally, projected to comprise 40% of all vehicle sales by 2030.
The Federal Emergency Management Agency experienced an information technology breach, according to Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem.
Secretary Noem blamed Federal Emergency Management Agency staff for the breach and announced the termination of 23 employees.
While the breach posed a threat to the Department of Homeland Security and the nation, no sensitive data or citizens were impacted.
This incident follows an open letter from Federal Emergency Management Agency employees expressing concern about leadership and potential disaster mismanagement.
Dr. Demeter Daskalakis revealed that Robert Kennedy Jr. has not been briefed by Centers for Disease Control scientists.
Daskalakis resigned from the Centers for Disease Control, citing its transformation into a tool of unscientific policies.
He publicly questioned whether Kennedy has received briefings on measles, COVID-19, or influenza from the Centers for Disease Control.
Daskalakis confirmed that Kennedy has not received briefings, despite offers from Centers for Disease Control experts.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has issued a Level 2 travel alert for Guangdong Province in China due to a chikungunya outbreak.
This mosquito-borne illness can cause intense joint pain lasting weeks, months, or even years for some individuals.
While chikungunya is rarely fatal, the outbreak in China has prompted aggressive containment measures resembling early COVID-era responses.
Travelers to affected areas are encouraged to practice enhanced precautions and consider vaccination if eligible.
Russian Defense Minister Andrei Belousov claims a significant increase in the speed of Russia's advance in Ukraine.
He stated that Russian forces are now seizing 600 to 700 square kilometers per month.
This represents a substantial increase from the 300 to 400 square kilometers controlled at the beginning of the year.
Belousov also mentioned 35 mass strikes on 146 crucial Ukrainian targets this year.
A truck driver photographed excessive litter at an Oklahoma truck stop, highlighting the pervasive issue of plastic waste.
The image, shared on Reddit, reveals a large amount of single-use plastic items discarded irresponsibly.
This incident reflects a global problem, with millions of tons of plastic polluting the environment annually.
While some companies and individuals are working to reduce plastic waste, the issue necessitates broader action and responsibility.
Finland is pioneering long-term nuclear waste storage deep underground in the Onkalo facility.
This facility will store all high-level nuclear waste from Finland's 5 nuclear power plants.
The innovative multi-barrier system encases nuclear waste in copper and clay within bedrock.
Onkalo serves as a global model for responsible nuclear waste management and environmental protection.
Phillips 66 will initiate the closure of its Los Angeles refinery next week, sources confirm.
This closure will affect approximately 600 employees and 300 contractors at the facility.
The refinery is a substantial gasoline supplier, contributing roughly 10% to California's gasoline supply.
This closure follows an earlier announcement by Phillips 66 to transition the refinery to renewable fuels by 2027.
Robert Kennedy Jr. suggested antidepressants and other drugs may contribute to mass shootings.
He also falsely claimed school and church shootings are recent phenomena unique to the United States.
Kennedy is facing criticism for seemingly politicizing the tragedy and spreading misinformation.
Critics point out that antidepressants are used globally, while mass shootings are primarily an American issue.
Beta blockers, commonly used after heart attacks, may not benefit most patients and could increase risks for some women.
New research suggests these drugs may contribute to higher hospitalization and death rates in women with specific heart conditions.
This significant finding comes from a large clinical trial involving a substantial number of women post-myocardial infarction.
However, this applies only to women with normal heart pumping function and not those with severely reduced ejection fraction.
European defense ministers pledged increased support for Ukraine following Russia's Kyiv attack.
The attack, which damaged a European diplomatic compound, killed 23 people.
This has fueled calls for tougher measures against Russia, including seizing frozen assets.
European leaders are also discussing deploying troops to Ukraine to guarantee security.
Thank you for listening. Stay informed, stay aware, and join us again for more updates that matter. Until next time.